Londolozi is more than a luxury private game reserve. It is the original premier Big 5 photographic safari destination in South Africa, which has always been a model for social upliftment, conservation and land restoration in the country.
Agitate, innovate, and try to be at the future when it arrives. What we deliver has to be exceptional and beyond what that guest was expecting. We're a high-priced item, and so we spend our days edging the product, improving, incremental improvements, but values are not up for negotiation, and that keeps you on purpose. We're 150 kilometers from our supply chain. So whatever beer we drink or whatever bottle top we use or whatever wrappings we bring in has to be managed. So behavior, starting with the simple stuff, switch it off. Starting with the other stuff, switch on to non-consumer behavior. You've got to make a profit. Londolozi, from its inception, was born as a for-profit organization, even though we're in conservation. Don't take on too many new innovations. We take on two, but we have to see them through. When we started out in the 1970s, there was no such thing as safari in South Africa. So the idea of an open Land Rover going out with a tracker to look for animals was innovation in itself. Then it evolved. It became the Big 5. And then we came up with interpretive wildlife safari. Then we moved to photographic safaris. We are right on the cusp now of our new frontier. It is a rising consciousness in the world, and we are finding in our groups, in our visitors, a desire to reconnect, what my son calls returning home. The world has gone so crazy on consumerism, and the Western world has become completely disconnected to where we live. Growth is not sustainable. I know what the stock markets want, and I know what the quarteritis wants, and all that stuff. It's a failed system. You've got to measure air, water, lifestyle, happiness. You've got to measure those things to the bottom line. We advocated for river protection, upliftment of communities. These were still in the bad days, pre-democracy. And then in 1990, former President Nelson Mandela landed on our front lawn, and that was a turning point for me. And I was able to say to him, Mr. Mandela, please understand, this industry is an industry for the future. Londolozi is a possibility. But he picked his telephone up and he phoned President Chisano and President Mugabe. And in 2004, they put together a treaty which formed the largest trans-frontier peace park in the world. We're sitting in it, 6.5 million acres of land. And that was to be a defining moment. If we hang on to this park, it'll be one of the greatest assets in the world. Forget about South Africa. My song for the day is the economy of wildlife is the get out of jail card for the South African economy, 10 million youth unemployed. We can take up a lot of that. We cannot continue violence against nature anymore. Nature, she is an enduring partner. And we need to stay there. I even get a bit emotional because we really have not recognized that.